Mini Wargamer Dave here from miniwargaming.com. Welcome, Wargamers, to a test broadcast. I'm testing it right now on YouTube. This is the very first time that I've done this. If you can hear me, please leave a comment and let me know so that I can continue doing this and you can hear me. Because if this works, then I might be inclined to continue doing this in the form of a Shrine of Chaos on a more regular basis, starting sometime in the new year. So I'm just trying to figure this out for myself, because I used to do it on Twitch, but it's much better, in my opinion, to do it on YouTube, because that's where the majority of people are. So I think it only makes sense to do it that way. Now, let's see. Oh, here we go. Works well. You can hear me loud and clear. Awesome. Excellent. That's really cool. Very, very cool. Watching right now, we have 12 people watching, yet there's a lot of commenters on here. It looks like there's more than 12 people watching. Where can I see a live? 140 people watching. Okay, that's more updated. That makes more sense. Yeah. Well, you know what? Since there are 140 people watching right now, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. It's 12:23 a.m. here in Welland, Ontario, Canada. It is the Eastern Standard Time, and this is fantastic. See, this is very good. I'm very happy about this because this is now my new outlet for the Shrine of Chaos. I want to continue doing this on a regular basis. For those of you who have heard of this show before, it was a show that I used to do. There were many, many episodes that I made for a number of years, and I broadcasted it through Twitch. But the live streaming on YouTube was kind of in beta, is still in beta. We shall see, not entirely sure. But now that this is working and you guys are leaving your comments, then I think this is a very good option. You know, just for fun, I'm going to try something here, okay? I'm going to try broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. That might kill my bandwidth and completely kill the broadcast, but this is all experimental. Because the reason why I'm doing this, like I said, is so that I can see if it works, how it works, and I will continue doing it for the Shrine of Chaos. What is the Shrine of Chaos? For those who do not know, the Shrine of Chaos... There you go, I can see your comment. The Shrine of Chaos is a show where I talk about chaos-related things. Now, when I say chaos-related things, I kind of mean like all things chaos. Right now, there is the Traitor Legions Codex supplement, and I'm very, very excited about that. And I can't wait to delve into this. And there's a lot of discussion here. There is a super lot of discussion. And there's a lot of fun that we can have too. Because what we used to do was chaos comment bombs. What's a chaos comment bomb, you should ask? A chaos comment bomb is where I type a link into the chat description and we all jump on that video that I suggest and we leave comments to our fellow YouTuber wargaming channels. And it's just a lot of fun. In addition to that, I like to do giveaways. I like to give out gifts to chaos. So right now I have 5 Berserkers on my desk. And I think at some point in this broadcast, I'm going to be giving away these 5 Berserkers. Why? Because I can't help myself. I love to give out gifts to chaos. And you know what? It's only right that gifts to chaos be given out and awarded. What are we at? We're at 228 watching right now. That's YouTube for you. That's amazing. So on my phone here, let's see here. Dave, which Primarch are you? Says Gage Hunt. Well, I'm gonna have to say I'm Horus. I have Horus here. He's right next to me. And I love feeling him on the battlefield. He is amazing. He has this awesome ability which weakens his opponent. And it's cumulative, so it keeps on going on and on. Oh, that's not in focus at all. Sorry, you can't see the awesome paint job. Let's put it back up there. Okay. Now to do the Facebook. So here we go. You guys ready for this? For those who are not on Facebook, let's see. I'm going to describe the video. Let's see. It's going to be late night. Late night. Test. Broadcast. Go live. All right, so we got two here. Two here at the exact same time. So this is actually going from two different spots. So if you're watching on YouTube, then it's 223. If you're watching on Facebook, then you're going to be hearing me from my phone. And if you're hearing me from my phone, it's not nearly as good as YouTube. YouTube has the Steinberg mic. So how does the sound sound to you guys? I want to see Magnus. Watching Deathwatch campaign. Any word on Tyrannid's rulebook? There's a lot of comments coming through. It's like a constant. What wizardry is this? This is the wizardry of having two podcasts at the same exact time. So just so you guys know, I'm doing this on YouTube as well. Hop on over to YouTube. This is all testing and experimental in nature. So go over to YouTube because it sounds better. So watch this. Okay, this is going to be a mind trip. So that's the broadcast on Facebook. Let's see, I'm not showing you guys anything sensitive there. That's the broadcast on Facebook. And that is the broadcast on YouTube. So hello, Facebook, say hello to YouTube. There you go. Awesome. And thank you for the likes. That's very, very nice. So in a few moments, I'm going to end the broadcast on Facebook because YouTube is just weird better. It's a lot better. I'm reading comments and I'm trying to talk at the same time. So it's much better. So let's see. I wonder which one can beat which. So we have 241 people watching on YouTube, and then we have 52 people watching on Facebook. And the sound is much better on YouTube. And it's going to be recorded on YouTube and uploaded to YouTube after. So I think that's good. Although Facebook is amazing. I have some goals in the new year. Some goals are this. One, I want to make live broadcasts again. I want to start up the Shrine of Chaos again on probably a weekly or bi-weekly basis because it's just so much fun. I love it. I love this interaction. It is the extrovert in me that needs the energy of all of these people all at the same time in order to live. If I was on a desert island by myself, I'd probably die in like 12 hours because I need people. This is how I feel. And I love people. I love you guys. And I just do. It's true. That's why I am spending my time with you right now at 12:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's awesome. I love it. So if you're on Facebook right now, hop on over to Mini Wargaming on YouTube because the broadcast is much better. The sound is much better. So I'm going to turn this off. So thank you for joining me on Facebook for the short time that you've been joining me. I'm going to continue this on YouTube, Mini Wargaming's YouTube channel. It is now live, so just go on there and you'll see it. And that is all. Thank you. Finishing the broadcast on Facebook, continuing on YouTube, and here we are. 263 people. The Shrine of Chaos. This is the test for it. And you know what? I'm actually going to get right into some sort of a discussion here. I am also going to upgrade the software that I'm using because right now I believe it's not in HD. I think the sound is decent, but we want to have some HD video as well. I think that would probably make it the best possible broadcast that it can be. And late night banter. You got it, man. It's going to be late night banter. Let's talk about this a little bit. Let's talk about this beautiful thing right here that I have in my hand. This right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here, one sec. This right here. is something that's going to be referred to here in the studio for a very long time. I love this book. That's my impression of it. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, and I'm very excited for it. And I started a battle report today with Quirk. I am fielding my Death Guard Vectorium versus his Alpha Legion Insurgency Force, I believe is what his detachment is called. There are 9 legions in the book, and they each have their own unique play style and feel, and I just like every single one of them. So I'm going to have so much fun in 2017 with the Traitor Legions book. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a blast. I started with Death Guard because I'm looking at Death Guard, and they are disputably the strongest legion in the book, disputably. And so I just want to test that and see how strong it is. And just to put things into perspective, just so you guys know how strong it is. Give me a sec here. I want to see the chat at the same time. Okay, there you go. All right, let's just let's look it up just for a moment. So, Forces of the Death Guard. It's pretty amazing. Okay, now when you're Death Guard, you cannot include any unique units except for Typhus. He's the only unique guy you can bring, which is fine because Typhus ain't so bad. He ain't so great, but he ain't so bad. I would call him a mid-tier HQ because he's kind of expensive for what he can do, but he's the only unique guy you can bring. Units that can take a mark of Nurgle must be upgraded with the mark of Nurgle. And that's not so bad because, I mean, if you're taking a Death Guard army, you kind of want it to be themed anyway. You want it to have the mark of Nurgle. You want that higher toughness. Units other than the mark of Nurgle cannot be taken. So the only thing that's allowed in this army is mark of Nurgle. Rightfully so. Units that can do so must be upgraded to Veterans of the Long War at no additional points cost. So that is also very good because not only does that allow you to have hatred towards armies of the Imperium, but that gives you a higher leadership. So your regular leadership of 9 on your Chaos Champions goes to 10, or your regular Chaos Space Marines from 8 to 9. That makes a big difference. That makes it much harder for you to run away. So Demon Princes, they have to have the Demon of Nurgle special rule, which makes sense. You want to keep it Nurgle. And it says Psychers from the detachment can choose to generate all of their psychic powers from the discipline of Nurgle. So we're all about Nurgle. We're doing Nurgle everything right now. Let's talk about some of the gifts you get in the Death Guard army. These gifts are just ridiculous. They're excitingly strong. I will say that. It's not the strongest in the Warhammer 40K universe of gameplay, which is disputably Eldar Necron's Tau. I hate to say it, but it's true. But it's strong, and this is why it's strong, okay? Get a load of this. This is amazing. If you haven't heard this, this is sick. This is actually sickening how strong it is. Units that have Veterans of the Long War, which is basically everything except for cultists, okay? Keep that in mind. Units have Veterans of the Long War, have the Fearless and Feel No Pain special rules, but reduce their initiative characteristic by 1, except for Plague Bearers or Plague Marines and Typhus. They're the only ones that don't reduce their initiative by 1, but everything else does. So hold on for a second here. Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Nurgle in this detachment now have Fearless and Feel No Pain and reduced initiative, but I'm pretty sure that's okay for the trade-off. That's a very, very good trade-off. I'm very happy about that. Chosen, yep, they have Veterans of the Long War with Mark of Nurgle in this detachment. They also have Fearless and Feel No Pain. Havocs. Same thing. Terminators. Oh, and here's the best one. Here's the absolute best one. I love this so much. Nurgle Bikers. Nurgle Bikers at toughness 6. Normally toughness 5 because they're bikers, but toughness 6 have Fearless and Feel No Pain. Wow. See, now that makes me want to collect an entire army of Nurgle Bikers, because that is just, that's a really, really big gift of chaos that we can certainly accept in our lives and make us much happier. Makes me happier just thinking about it right now. I get a stupid grin on my face just thinking about Nurgle Bikers that Feel No Pain. Now, that's not the end of it. That's the first thing you get. Okay, here's another one. Units that have the Veterans of the Long War special rule have the Relentless special rule. Okay, so I think we're going to see a lot more Havocs on the battlefield because they now have Relentless. And that is just scary. Not only that, they have Feel No Pain and Fearless. How awesome is that? Isn't that insane? Let's get some comments here. Let's see what you guys think. Yeah. Khorne will take your skill. Blasphemy. You pick a different god. Oh, well, here's the thing about being Chaos Undivided, is that depending on how you're feeling that day, is the Chaos God you choose to follow. Today is going to be a Nurgle day. Tomorrow is going to be a Khorne day. Yeah, that's how it works in this chaotic universe, in the Shrine of Chaos, because we are all chaos. Chaos is good, no matter how you look at it, man. It's all good and exciting. I say the same about the new Tzeentch. The new Tzeentch is pretty fun, too. But going back to Nurgle, going back to what we're talking about, the important thing at hand here. Lords of the Plague Host. Units of Plague Marines are troops choices instead of elite choices. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. And let's see what else here. There's new Chaos artifacts that they can choose from. Ooh. This is probably the best one out of all of the artifacts. I'll just focus on one here. It's called Poxwalker Hive. For 20 points, this is what you can do. At the start of each of your turns, pick a friendly unit of Chaos Cultists within 7 inches, of course that's Nurgle's number, to infect with the Poxwalker virus. For the rest of the game, that unit of Chaos Cultists cannot run or make shooting attacks. Kind of makes sense. I mean, they're infected with a virus, right? They're zombies. But they gain the Fearless and Feel No Pain special rules. In addition, at the start of each of your following turns, return D3 slain models to every friendly unit of infected Chaos Cultists that are within 7 inches of the bearer. Any models returned in this manner that cannot be placed within unit coherency are lost. Okay, that's fine. But basically, you get to create plague zombies without having to spend the points of including Typhus in your army. It's 20 points for the Poxwalker Hive. And you add it to your Chaos Lord of Nurgle on a bike. You're going to want your Chaos Lord on a bike. That's how I fielded him today. And it was great. It was fun. He attached himself to a squad of Nurgle bikers. That was great. That was fun. That was amazing, actually. To move so quick. And now because he also has Veterans of the Long War, and because of the gift of Nurgle that gives you Feel No Pain, and he's already Fearless, so that doesn't matter so much, you -1 to his initiative. Now his base initiative is 5, so it goes down to 4. So that's kind of what you sacrifice in order to be this strong. So that's a really sweet artifact of the Death Guard. I'm very excited about that. Now get a load of this, okay? The Death Guard Vectorium, that is your detachment. That's your special detachment that you get, unique to the Death Guard. These are the command benefits. There's 3. The first one, which is Plague Lord, that's your typical reroll warlord trait. But your number 2 here, Disgustingly Resilient one, is the one that sticks out most in my mind here. And that is, units from this detachment can reroll Feel No Pain rolls of 1. As if it wasn't good enough, it gets even better. That's pretty sweet. I like it a lot. Last one is Cloud of Flies. It says if an enemy unit targets a unit from this detachment that is 18 inches or more away, the target unit has the stealth special rule while the attack is resolved. So let's talk about Nurgle Bikers again for just a moment. If you're more than 18 inches away from them and you jink with them, you have your jink, which is 4 up, and then you get your stealth. So that's a 3 up cover save that you get when you shoot more than 18 inches away. Let's see, what's more than 18 inches away? Missile launchers. Last cannons. Heck, demolisher cannons. They could be 24 inches away, right? You can even have a single shot plasma gun that is that far away. So I think that's very exciting. That is super, super sweet. Again, as if it didn't get better. Now, let's talk about your detachment a little bit, because you have a choice of 2 core detachments. You get your Chaos Warband. Now, for those of us that don't know what a Chaos Warband is, it came from the Traitors Hate book. And in the Traitors Hate book, it describes what it is. The Chaos Warband is basically your reason why you should not never, but rarely choose a combined arms detachment. You're going to want to choose the detachment that you are given here in this Traitor Legion book, because the majority of the legions, if not all of them, have the Chaos Warband as a core choice. So having a core choice is ridiculous, because it has objective secured. And so that there's your reason. That's why you get a CAD, right? So you can get objective secured. And yes, there's the other things in the formation that you can put in it, but there's also some really nice things that you can add to it from these detachments as well. And if that's the number one reason why you're going for a CAD, is get that objective secured, think twice about that. Get the Chaos Warband and get that objective secured, in addition to this other special rule that I'm going to tell you right now. It's called Favored Scions. Any of your characters that gain a roll on the Chaos Boon table, what it says there is that you roll twice instead. And you get to choose one or both. You don't have to choose 2. You don't have to choose the second result and ignore the first. You can choose one or both. See, the good thing about that is that if you roll, you become a spawn, and then you roll again, you can choose to discard the spawn roll and then choose the better second one. Or you can just simply get 2 good things in it, whatever, It also increases the chance of rolling Dark Apotheosis and becoming a Demon Prince. The happiness that I feel. Oh, man. Chaos Warband, this is what it consists of. 1 Chaos Lord, mandatory, okay? 0 to 1 Sorcerers, so if you choose to go Sorcerer, then you can bring a Nurgle Sorcerer in there. 1 to 3 units chosen in a combination from the following list: Chosen, Chaos Terminators, or Possessed. So that is sweet. Also, 2 to 6 units of Chaos Space Marines. 1 to 3 units chosen in a combination from the following: Raptors, Warp Talons, Bikers. You gotta know that 1 to 3 is going to become a 3 if you're choosing Bikers. It just makes sense to do it that way. That's what I think. I think that's the best way of doing it. 1 to 3 units of Havocs or Hellbrutes. So let's think about this for a second. How would we build a really cool, fun, awesome, strong Nurgle Death Guard Vectorium? I think this is what we do. I think we have a Chaos Lord of Nurgle, because he must be Nurgle, and he's on a bike. that sounds kosher. And we're going to add Sigil of Corruption because we want to give him an invul save because he doesn't normally. So let's see. He's toughness 6. He's a toughness 6 warlord here. So that's pretty sweet. What do we give him? There's other artifacts as well, but he is not actually entirely necessary to have an artifact. There's one artifact there that, for 10 points, gives you a poison 2-up weapon. It's called a Pus Cleaver. It's basically what it does. Melee poison 2+ for 10 points. That's not too bad. I think that might even be a good staple because it's only 10 points. And it's easy for you to wound stuff, and it's relatively easy for you to hit stuff because you are high weapon skill. So it's mostly like 3s than 2s. Yeah, it's not too bad. Now you're not gonna like go through armor really easily, but that's okay. You know, the demon weapon available to you is called the Plague Bringer. It's 35 points. Strength user AP3, poison 4-up, and it's a demon weapon. So you get to roll 1 die at that amount of attacks. Unless you roll a 1, then it lowers your weapon skill and you're wounded. But you can make your invuln save against it. So that is that. Going back to the Chaos Warband and what we would add, we have our Nurgle Biker. Okay, we have our Nurgle Chaos Lord Biker. Then, no sorcerer for now. Let's cut that out. Not entirely forever, but just for this list that we're talking about right now. 1 to 3 units chosen in combination. So we got chosen, Chaos Terminators, or Possessed. That's actually a hard one because, man, I tell you, Terminators with toughness 5 with Feel No Pain, rerolling the 1s on the Feel No Pain rolls, and Fearless, dang. So you add that combination to anything, and it just becomes awesome. The thing is, you're also fearless. Anything with veterans is, or sorry, not fearless, relentless. You're also relentless. So anything with veterans, you are relentless. So that's amazing. I love it. So what to choose is the question. Now, chosen is a very tempting choice because chosen with toughness 5, feel no pain, that's fantastic as well. A little bit cheaper than your Terminators, and they have all of their special weapons that they have access to. So you might want to go chosen. See, with this Nurgle army, I foresee a lot more weapons than you would normally see. That's what I think is going to happen here. 2 to 6 units of Chaos Space Marines. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Chaos Space Marines, they are basically Plague Marines now, with the exception of Blight Grenades, because your initiative is lowered by 1. Your toughness is increased by 1, Mark and Nurgle. You're fearless, like Plague Marines. You have Feel No Pain, like Plague Marines. You're kind of like a Plague Marine, but without the defensive grenades. That's the difference. So, and you are also given Relentless. So it's insane, really, when you think about it. 2 units of them. Let's go min there so we can bring other units, more of other units. 3 units of Bikers. It's going to need to be, because 3 units of Bikers, you're toughness 6, and you're all of that goodness on top of it. What to arm the Bikers with? Well, just by themselves, they're good, man. I tell you. But you want to take advantage of the fact that you're driving up quickly. So I'm thinking having a couple Meltas on your Biker squad is probably good, because that gets you up the board quick, and the chances of you surviving with those Meltas are high because you are a Nurgle Biker now, and you're very survivable, and you're very tough. You're very hard to kill. So a couple Meltas, then you can take care of vehicles that exist around the board. Another good option also would be Flamers. So Flamers or Meltas, that's what I would want to do. You can drive up to a whole swarm of whatever and just get a lot of hits on it with both of your Bikers. Yeah, I guess a good mid-ground would be getting a Flamer and a Melta to make you more versatile. But I would probably do 2 Meltas in one squad, 2 Flamers in another. Might do that. Because the rest of your guys, they have twin link bolters on their bikes. So there's just a lot of shots coming from them. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too. Man, your Plague Marines, your Chaos Space Marines, because they have Relentless, you can rapid fire their bolters and charge in. How crazy is that? Oh, man, just that this has become so good. So good. Just ridiculously good, and I love it. I am talking to a good friend of mine. His name is Tommy Gofton. He's over at Lynn Vander Studios creating the Rangers board game right now. He's actually designing it right now. And so that's pretty sweet. He just sent me some box art for the game. Let's see this preliminary one. I wonder what, you know what? Hold on. Because this is really exciting to me, I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. How can I show you without, you know what? Oh, I'm going to add it to the broadcast. That's what I'll do. Yeah. That's what I'll do. I can do that, right? Because I'm using XSplit. Nope, we don't want to do that. We want to do XSplit. Here we go. Can I add it mid? Let's see if I can. Yeah, I think I can here, guys. I think I can show it to you. You know, hold on one second. Let me just ask Tommy first. See if that is a. Let's see if that's a finalized picture. Because if it's not, then I won't show you. But if it's something he's gonna use. So I'm asking him if I can show it if it's finalized. Because it's pretty sweet looking. Interesting. Oh, interesting. I like it, man. I tell you. I like it a lot. I'm not going to lie. I like it. Guys, okay, for those of you who don't know, okay, this is a work in progress box. He says I can show it. He's cool if I show it. So that's, do you guys want to see it? We're going to take a 30-second break here. I'm going to show you this box art for the new game. Okay? If I get... Not sure what Protos Unicast for the board game. Okay, so you guys want to see it? All right. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for saying yes, but the one no that I saw is like the only one that I saw, and every other one's yes. So that's awesome. Okay, I will show you the box. I will show you. All right. So this is it. You know, actually, one second. One second here. Let's let Tommy know. I can tell him I'm showing the box to all of you guys, and he might jump on. There are jump on to see their reaction. Okay. So here we go. Where are you? Where are you now? Okay, I'm doing it. I'm going to show you guys, right? I'm gonna include this image to the broadcast, and I'm just going to open it up in the broadcast, and I'm going to show it to you. So here we go. 1 second here. So this is so much fun, man. This reminds me of. So there it is. There is the game. Do you guys see it? Let's see your comments. Do you guys see the game? That's the new Rangers game box. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys can like really see or understand my excitement for the game. But this is the game. It's going to be a big one. It's going to retail for $45, and there's going to be a lot in that. And if you guys, if you haven't been on the Kickstarter yet for the Rangers, Bloodstone, which is a feature film that we are kickstarting, that we have kickstarted, it is now successfully funded. We have added this game, this board game to it. It's being created by the same creators of the Buffy and the Vampire Slayer board game. And it's a fantastic looking game. I am super excited about it. He's done dozens of games. He has a design team that does it. And I'm going to come a little bit more over here. Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can change the positioning of this in here. There we go. So there it is right there. There's the game. Okay, so let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to include a link so you guys can know what I'm talking about here. If you guys haven't gone on to the Kickstarter, I invite you to. It's fantastic. You can get the game. You can actually get the game and the Blu-ray for the movie when they come out. That's probably your best deal. And I'm gonna just post it right here. That's the link to the Kickstarter. I posted it in the comments. I'll put link to Kickstarter in the video description. Can I do that? Can I save it? How do I save it? Haven't done the live broadcast like this on YouTube before, so I don't even think that's saved in the thing. Maybe it is. But I put it in the comments. And thank you for your guys, for your support. It means a lot to me. It really does. And this is exciting. It's exciting because we get to create art and we get to do something massive together. And this is going to spark something. My goal in 2017 is to make another game. I want to make another game, guys. Because this whole process of doing this has been an absolute joy ride of epic sauce proportions. And it's so much fun. It is just so much fun. So, hold on one second. Hey, Tommy, man, you're on right now. You're watching, Tommy. Okay, so do you have anything else to send me that I can show these guys? Because this is exciting. It's exciting stuff. There's the box art is here. Hold on a second, just make sure it's not my face. Okay, right there. Oh man, yeah, and I understand the tweaking because I just asked Tom if like this is a work in progress. It's not the finalized, but it's very close to the finalized, or it's something like that. So it's going to look something like this when it's done. The game will, and it could be you could have like 1,000 tweaks on it or variations, but even just this is awesome. I love how you have the Ranger's crest there because it really shows what. Like it shows kind of generally everything, right? And there will be other things on there because I can think already of other things that could be added. But and also there's original art being created for the game, so that's also very exciting. That's also awesome. So for those who haven't, I encourage you to click on this link. I'll post it in the comments again for the Kickstarter. You can also go to Kickstarter.com and type in The Rangers Bloodstone, and it's the first one that comes up. You could even type in The Rangers, and it's the first one that comes up. It's the first Kickstarter. There's a few days left on it. There's about a week left on it, a little less than a week, and it's going. We're making this game because it's unlocked. Right now it's unlocked, and we want to get up to the stretch goal of creating a short film. And so we got to figure out how much that's going to be before we post what the stretch goal is. But that's the next thing on top of this that we want to do. Okay, so we should spam him with requests for live bat reps. I think that a live bat rep would be fun. We've done them before. And we won't do them on a regular basis. We want to do them. Live banter bat reps. It's not the same, man. I tell you, like it's that really depends on the maybe a live kill team, something we could do. I think that would be a lot of fun if we did that, and some sort of giveaway at the end. Why? Because it's fun and we can, right? Like this video that you're talking about right now. That I'm talking about right now. This Khorne Berserker, this is one of 5 that I will be giving away at the end of this podcast. So stick around because you'll get a chance to win this. Now, how is that going to be determined? That's a very good question because, other than me looking at the chat and just randomly looking at one comment of one user at a time, I wish there was some sort of giveaway system that is on YouTube. So that's what I think. So I'm going to continue to... Hold on one second. I think you can add a moderator here. Moderator? Interesting. So here we are with the feed here. Okay. So thanks for sticking with me there for that little bit. Let's talk about the Death Guard again. We're going to go back to the Death Guard. We'll go back to the Chaos Traitor Legions discussion because that's why we're here, right? We're talking about this for a reason. So here we go. Where were we? We're talking about Chaos Bikers and adding Chaos Bikers. So let me get this set up again, guys. Thanks for bearing with me here. Okay, so... Uno momento. Okay. There it is. Who remembers this? Ooh. Hey? Who remembers this? Is that fun? I remember this. This is from the days that we did the Shrine of Chaos. The Shrine of Chaos will return. Don't you doubt it. All right, now, so, Chaos Warband. Talking about the Plague. Talking about the Bikers here. The one more choice after that is 1 of 3 units chosen in any combination, Havocs or Hellbrute. This is where you take advantage of the fact that you now have Relentless. If you have Relentless, you can move with your weapons that are that are rapid fire or that are heavy or salvo, and it doesn't affect you, meaning you can charge afterwards or you can shoot at full ballistic skill or whatever. So how awesome is that? What do we put on our Havocs? I'm thinking I want 3 squads of Havocs, man. It's going to max it out. I think that'd be cool. What do we want? Missile launchers. That'd be sweet. Heck, you choose anything. Anything, because you're relentless. It's just fun. Last cannons? Yeah. Okay. I think you got to take advantage of the fact that you can move. So I think Havocs inside of Rhinos might be a more common thing because you can move around with these awesome weapons now. You're not segregated to just stay at the back and fire because you can't move ever. These guys can move and fire. Get up in the face of the enemy. A little bit scary, I'd say. A lot scary, I would say, actually. All right, so how many points is that? That's a lot of points, man, I tell you. You know, just for fun, this is what I'm going to do. Should I open up Army Builder while I'm doing a live stream? Is that effective? I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see what happens. We're going to build this together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to accomplish this thing. And it's going to be sweet. And we're going to like it. Because it's chaos and it's Nurgle and it's fun and it's powerful. It's a type of list where people become terrified of it. I started a battle report today. and I'm fighting against Alpha Legion. Now the crazy thing about Alpha Legion is this. Their units get infiltrate. That is incredibly useful, I will say. They also have this special rule that allows them to bring back units of cultists on the roll of a 4+. And it's that in addition to the Lost and the Damned special rule of cultists, which allow them to come back on a 4+, with the outflank special rule. That's the difference. So if you bring Alpha Legion and you bring cultists, then every time a cultist unit dies, you actually make 2 rolls. You roll once for the detachment special rule, and you roll once for the formation special rule. And on a 4+, another unit comes back. So you have the possibility of duplicating your cultists. And them coming in via outflank, that's good, man. That's really good. That's kind of nuts. So you can have 4 to 9 units of cultists in your Lost and the Damned. Cultists by themselves are not that great, but when you have an endless supply of them, they become better. They're not part of your Chaos Warband, though. They're part of your Lost and the Damned choice, which means they don't have objective secured. That being said, you can bring them. Hold on. Let me double check this. I'm thinking, can you bring them in a CAD? Can you bring them in a CAD and do you get the same things for them? I'm going to guess not. No, you can't, because that's part of the Alpha Legion Insurgency Force. That would negate one of the times that you roll a 4+ for getting your unit of cultists back. If you bring a CAD, you have to bring this detachment. But you know what? That's okay. That is okay. That's really not too bad of an option. It's a fantastic option. In fact, part of the Lost in the Damned formation must include a Dark Apostle, which again is not bad. And not only that, if you're within 6 inches of your Dark Apostle, then you confer that Zealot special rule to your cultists. Again, with the awesome. There's just so much awesome. I love it. Isn't that amazing? All right, let's take a look at some of the comments here. Let's see. There's some sort of thing here. Enable slow mode. What does slow mode do on the thing? Limits chat posts to every 60 seconds. Okay, well, there's a lot of people in the chat right now. So unless it goes way too fast, I'm going to have to enable slow mode. More cultists, awesome sauce. Went over to Kickstarter and wow, what a LARP movie. Father and daughter, so cute. But are there a movie made that's already out? Yes, Nicholas D. There is. Wargamer Viking, Dave, you are a wonderful person. You are a wonderful person. Thank you. Back to Nicholas D. There has been a short film created so far. There has been a movie or a pilot made as well. And there are other web series created in the name of the Rangers. So this is the third film, actually, that I've been a part of with the Rangers name on it. The first one was The Rangers A Shadow Rising. That was the movie that I was in Virginia. Director Ron Newcomb. He directed. He invited me to be part of the film. I loved it. It was amazing. It changed my life forever. When we were done filming, I asked him if I can bring my costume home. And he said, yes, you can bring it home. Because it can only help the name of the Rangers. You can make videos on YouTube. That is totally fine. I'm totally down for all of that. So when I came back, instead of making YouTube videos, kind of the goofy videos that I typically make, that wasn't English. That was spoken through a Voxcaster. Hence the accent. Typically make. I decided to try something serious. Actually try to unlock that side of my brain where it was serious in nature and try an honest, true attempt at making a film. So I started with a short film. And that was The Rangers Drewston Chronicles. A couple of conditions applied. I talked to Ron Newcomb, the creator of The Rangers, about this. He said, character can't die, and it needs to be an origin story, or not an origin. It needs to take place before the movie that I created. So that's what the Drewston Chronicles is. It's another segment, another story of the Rangers, and it takes place before the Rangers. And it's the story of myself and me trying to track down the orcs who raided my home village and captured my daughter. So that's the kind of story you can get behind, because you don't capture someone's daughter, man. Like, come on, orcs. You're going to pay for even thinking that was a smart idea. And so that's what the short film is. What the feature film is a continuation of that story. So the short film is on YouTube. If you were to YouTube the Rangers Drewston Chronicles, and Drewston is spelled Drustan Chronicles, then you will find it. It's on YouTube for all to see, all to watch. And the current Kickstarter for the feature film is still live. It will be live for another 6 days, because next Tuesday it ends. And it has been successfully funded. And because it has been successfully funded, we're adding a board game to it. It's a logical extension of the fun factor in this universe. We are a gaming channel. I wanted to create a game for a very long time. I talked to Thomas Gofton. He's a friend of mine. I met him a year ago. If you guys are familiar with the Gamers series, web series, or Zombie Orpheus Entertainment and the content that they have created online, he is a large part of that. He is an actor. He is a producer. He has done many, many things. And we got to talking. I sent him a link to the Kickstarter. I said, hey, Thomas, check out the Kickstarter that I'm doing. It's been funded. I would love for you to be involved somehow. In any way, whatever that looks like. Acting in it, producing it, whatever. And so he took a look at it and he said, Dave, that is, first off, congratulations for funding your movie, Kickstarter. It's a hard thing to do on Kickstarter, is to fund a movie. And not only that, but you got time left on your Kickstarter to do something. We can do something here. You asked for my involvement? Yeah, this is my involvement. This is my idea. We can do a board game. We can do a short film. Another one in addition to it. So that's what I want to do eventually. I want to do a short film from this, and I want to do a board game. Board game has come first. The reason why board game has come first is because it's an easy sell. When I say easy sell, I mean it is just a fun sell. It is a thing that we're going to do. It's been unlocked. It's not a stretch goal. It's the board game is unlocked and you can get it when it comes out. That's what it is, and that's what we're doing. It's also a litmus test to see how well it does, because depending on how well it does, we're going to be doing more. This is the start of many, my friends. I am so excited about this. I cannot wait. That's why I'm up at 1:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to look at all this stuff and to be immersed in all this stuff and to talk to you guys and to post things and to spread the good word about the Kickstarter and the game that's now associated with it. I'm so excited. I can't sleep. I hate sleeping because I waste time when I sleep. It has to. I have to. Gage Hunt, thank you for saying congratulations. Thank you for that. Devin Cole, all the traders were completely justified. Emperor was a shiny turd. Yes. Kurz is just a sad person. 3D printers for the win. Erebus is the reason the war began, so we must be grateful. Any chance we can get a 40K fan film? Lord Inquisitor got away with it, and GW hasn't sued him yet. Probably going to stay away from that, because we don't want to be even thought of being sued by GW. We want to have a good relationship with them. We don't want to tempt them to not have a good relationship. We have missed the shrine for all this time. Chief Guillermo, I agree. The shrine is missed, and I want to do it more. And I will do it more in the new year. So going back to the story of Thomas Gofton and his and his team. You guys want to see the game that he created? His one of the last games that he worked on, because it's pretty impressive, man. Like it's kind of I was in disbelief when I saw it, and then I saw all the other games that he created, and I'm like, man, seriously, like this is ridiculous. This is awesome. Like I'm so impressed with this right now. I want you to create my game because I believe that if you create my game, then we will get quality. Excuse me. That's what you get when it's live. That's the live for you. Thomas, can you send me a picture? Can you send me a pic of Buffy? Just really quick, so I can show it on the broadcast, because it's way back in our conversation, and it's attached to the portable hard drive that I have that's not connected right now because my mic is connected. Oh wait, I think I got it. Okay, I got it. I found it in our chat. So there's that, and there's also this. Yeah, I'll save that too. I'm gonna show that too, because it's just exciting. Okay, so this is Buffy. Where is it? Here. So this is the last game that he did. So cool. Like it's very impressive. Like hats off to you, man, for getting the contract to do this and for creating that. Like that's a big deal. So good on you, man. That's awesome. When he showed me this, I was like, yes, yeah, I want a game. Can you make me a game, please? Because I want to have fun with Ranger. Game, please. So that's what I was thinking. So I was just like, this is fantastic. And here's some of the other games that he's created. Yeah. He's a board game creator, guys. He is legit, and he loves it. He loves what he's doing. And he's excited to be a part of the project. And this is what he's doing, like, for us. He's creating this game, and it's in progress. He's up right now. He lives about 2 to 3 hours away from me, and he's currently at his computer working on the game. He's doing graphics for the game. So that is awesome that he's doing that. I love that he's doing that. I'm so excited. And he's a Nighthawk like me. He stays up late, man, working on this stuff, and every day there's new updates and things. So dang. So if you're listening to this, Tommy, super excited. Can't wait. And you guys, I hope that you see the vision here, man. Like this is exciting. So if you're not sure how to get the Rangers board game, let's add that now just for fun, just so you can see it. So this is it's been a while since I've worked on this stuff. Here we go. Okay. Huh, I wonder why it does that. Okay, well, anyway, that's the Rangers game. So he's working on the Rangers game currently, and there's constant updates. So this Rangers game is attached to the Kickstarter for the Rangers Bloodstone feature film that has been currently funded. It's now funded on Kickstarter. So if you go to Kickstarter and you type in The Rangers, it's the first one that comes up. It's the live Kickstarter. And you can pledge to get this game when it comes out, when it's ready. It's being worked on, it's being designed and developed right now. It's a strategy board game. It has cards and tiles and tokens. It is a cooperative game. So you, the players, are fighting against the game itself, which is kind of sweet. It's like Pandemic, if you've ever played Pandemic. And you work as a team to fight the orcs and outlanders from the movie. So when you see the movie, you can relate to the game. And when you see the game, you can relate to the movie because the same characters from the movie are in the game. So that's the fun part about this. I'm so excited to play with the cast members of the movie. We can play the game together. How fun would that be? That'd be amazing. What are your thoughts on it, guys? What do you think? Pandemic is legendary. Yes, I think so. Can the orcs in the board game do a wah? Tommy, you're watching this right now, right? Can the orcs in the game do a wah? Can they? There's got to be some sort of like war cry rule where they just all of a sudden get some sort of boost, like maybe like running faster, or somehow make it related, like just as a nod to what we do. I don't know, just an idea. The thing about this is what Tommy told me is he said that he designs the mechanic, right, and the rules and everything, and basically on top of that we add reasons for it in terms of art. So if there's like a mechanic that is, you flip a card and the card says +1 to your roll or whatever, it just as an example, right? That thing on the card could be anything. It could be, oh, you met Sharia Getheria. She is a she-elf and she is now your ally. You get +1 to your roll, right? It could be that. Or it could be your daughter Reyna has been spotted. It gives you new hope. +1 to your roll. Like no matter what it is, it could be, maybe it's the orc side. There's a warband of orcs coming. They have duplicated their numbers. They get +1 to their roll. Like whatever it is, the mechanic remains the same, but the skin on top of it could change. That's the beauty of making a game, is that you can basically fit in whatever you want, wherever you want. So it's just awesome. Yes, play a game with your cast, says Josh Firkins. That would be a fantastic idea, and I think that'd be a lot of fun to do, especially if the people are their characters in the game. I think that'd be super sweet to do that. Make a video about it. Yeah. I like the idea that it's a team game versus the game. Yes. Like I said, I played Pandemic. Pandemic is a fun game. If you've never played Pandemic, you're a team of people trying to stop an outbreak that infects the world. So working together as a team. So when your turn goes on, you do more to try to stop more of the virus. And there's certain counters that move and a certain amount of time that things need to happen in. And provided that you accomplish it, then you beat it. And it's just a really fun, rewarding process. Same with Zombicide. If you guys ever play Zombicide, also another co-op game where everyone is versus the game. And there are cool and fun and neat things that happen. And it's really no different than kind of doing like a first-person shooter, cooperative, fighting AI. It's kind of the same thing, really. The difference is you leave the game as friends still, and you don't not want to play with each other anymore because of certain other games where you fight each other. Just having a whole bunch of memories come back in my mind of playing Risk as a kid. That was a lot of fun. So that's the game. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to actually post a link here in the chat to the Kickstarter if you want to get the game for yourself, or if you want to pledge to get the game, or if you want to pledge for the movie, if you haven't done so already, then I encourage you to do so. There is a pledge level there where you get the game and the Blu-ray or DVD, whichever one you choose. And for that one, it's the best because then you save on the shipping. Then you get to have it all shipped to you together. So lots of fun. Think about it, guys. It's something that we're working on right now as Mini Wargaming and as the crew. There's less than a week left on the Kickstarter, so we encourage you to do this, and just fantastic. I'm going to take Buffy off here now. That's not necessarily needed, but I'm going to keep the Rangers game here because I like it. Okay, so let's... you guys want to see some more fun stuff? Maybe I can just kind of share with you right now some things. Let's see. What can I share with you that would be appropriate? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to share this with you. This is kind of a neat thing that's personal to me. Do you guys want to hear a personal thing? Want to hear a personal story? It means a lot to me. Just waiting for a response to see how many people want to hear something personal, something fun. Okay. Yeah. So, no, I have not been drinking. Drinking is against the word of wisdom. I don't drink. So let's show you something personal here, okay? I put my son, Morgan, to bed most nights. Okay, I have 3 children. My oldest, Dana, she's 7. My son, Morgan, it was actually his birthday yesterday. He turned 6. And my youngest is Ryan. He's 2 years old. And every night, most nights I put Morgan to sleep. It's just the way it's worked out. I put him to sleep. And, typically, parents would tell bedtime stories. I used to do that. There used to be a lot of Frog and Toad. Used to be trolls, actually. When I did the kids' book, I probably every night for maybe... had to have been close to a year, man. Like, it was a lot. I read him Trolls every night. Every night I read him Trolls. He loves it. He loves Trolls. Well, he's in the book, right? So you figured that he would like Trolls. Anyway, I decided one night, I'm going to do something different. We're going to play a role-playing game. We're not going to play a game that exists. We're going to make up our own role-playing game. And so in the role-playing game, I asked him, I said, Morgan, what does your character look like? I said, we're going to play a game. We're going to make up a character. What is your character? What's his name, first off? And he said, his name is Turbo. That's a great name. Okay, his name is Turbo. What does he look like? And he said, he is big and strong, like the Hulk. So he looks like the Hulk. Okay. What about his face? What does his face look like? Well, his face looks like mine, Daddy. Okay, so his face looks like yours. That's perfect. What about his hair color? What's the color of his hair? Oh, it's dark like yours, Daddy. Okay, so he's big like the Hulk. He looks like you. He's got dark hair like me. And his name is Turbo. Perfect. Perfect. And so we went on an adventure. And the adventure was getting his armor. And we did that by walking through a path in the woods. And I guided him through what he was seeing, right? And we were walking on this path, and then he saw a bear. And I said, the bear doesn't see you yet. What does Turbo do? And so he's thinking, he's like, is the bear a nice bear? I said, well, the bear's nice right now, but maybe it's because he doesn't see you. But remember, you're big and strong like the Hulk. Technically, you're stronger than the bear. I said, oh, okay, Daddy. Are you going to walk up to the bear? Yes, I'm going to walk up to the bear. Okay. So you start to walk up to the bear. The bear sees you now, and he looks at you. And he's starting to kind of growl a little bit. He's starting to growl. What does Turbo do, Morgan? Like, I'm going to talk to the bear. Okay, what are you going to say? I want to get past the bear. Okay. So are you going to tell the bear that you're going to walk past and he's not going to chase you? Because that'd be a very mean thing to do. Yes, Daddy, I'm going to say that. Okay. Yeah, that's a good option. So he tells the bear this. He says, I'm going to get past you. Excuse me. And you're not going to chase me because that's mean. Okay, so that's what he does. That's how he gets past the bear. And then there's this big wall that he reaches. All right, Turbo. What does Turbo do? How does he get past this wall? How high is it? Well, it's higher than you are, which is pretty high, because if you're the same height as Hulk, it's a pretty high wall. How do you get over it? I'm gonna jump. Okay, well, you know what? Turbo has really, really strong legs. And he is actually strong enough to jump right over it. So he jumps over the wall. Very good. Very well done. Now you walk on the path a little more, and then you see a chest. What does Turbo do? So, okay, I'm going to walk up to the chest. Okay, so Turbo walks up to the chest. What does he do now? Try to open it. Okay, so Turbo tries to open up the chest, but it's locked. What does he do now? Look for the key. Where does he look? There's trees around, and the tree right in front of you has a branch on it, and on the branch there is a bird's nest, and in the bird's nest there's an egg. What does Turbo do? I pick up the bird's nest. Okay, Turbo picks up the bird nest, and you see the egg. And then Turbo picks up the egg, and he shakes it, and he hears this noise. Like there's something inside the egg. What does Turbo do? I crack the egg open. Okay, he cracks the egg open. He finds a key. Turbo just found the key to the chest. What does he do now? Use the key in the chest and open up the chest. Okay, so he puts the key inside the chest, and he opens it up. And what does he see? He sees armor, and he sees it in green. It's your favorite color, Morg. His armor is green, just like your favorite color. What does he do now? He's going to put the armor on. All right, awesome. He puts the armor on. So he puts on his breastplate and his shoulder pads and his bracers and his belt and his greaves and his boots and his helmet. Now he is clad in armor. He's going to continue on the path. Okay, Turbo walks on the path a little more. Down the path, he sees an orc. What does Turbo do, Morgan? I'm just going to stand here for a little bit, see what the orc does. Okay, so you see the orc is walking. He's walking your way. He's going to eventually see you if he continues walking. Okay. I don't know, Daddy. What? See, at this point, it's very cute because it was so real in his mind that he really thought there was an orc there. And he didn't know what to do. And even though he's big and massive and strong like the Hulk, he can easily pulverize this orc in his innocent, cute little 6-year-old mind. He was a little bit scared of the orc, and he wasn't sure what to do. And so the orc eventually saw him. And I said, okay, all right, the orc sees Turbo. What does he do now? So you know that Turbo's strong enough to pick up the orc, right? Okay, Daddy. Turbo goes over and he picks up the orc. Okay, so he picks up the orc and he actually lifts him up like this. What does he say to the orc? What do you want to do? Well, this is what the orc says. I want to make it so you're not on this path anymore. What does Turbo say, Morgan? Well, that's not very nice. Well, that's not very nice. Well, this is my path. I don't care how big you are. Morgan, you know that Turbo's big enough to just kind of take away the shield of this orc and his axe. He can just take away his weapons because he's that big to do that. Okay, Daddy, he's going to take away his shield and his axe. All right, so Turbo takes away his shield and axe. And then you have the shield and axe in one hand, and then you have the orc in the other hand. What does Turbo do with the orc, Morgan? He's going to drop him. Okay, so he drops him. And the orc says, give me my axe back. What does Turbo say? You might hit me with it. You're darn right I'm going to hit you with it. No. That was really my favorite part of the adventure that we were going on. So he ended up with this axe. And he eventually made it to the castle. And in this castle, which was owned by the Ice Wizard, it was amazing because the Ice Wizard is also from Trolls. And the Ice Wizard let him live in the castle. So now this is Turbo's home. Turbo lives in the same castle as the Ice Wizard. Who wants to see a picture of Turbo? See, I thought it'd be a fun idea. And we started this a couple months ago. So we've gone on like 60 adventures because I do this with him every night. Every single night we go on an adventure. And he is Turbo in his mind. He gets to be a hero every single night. My boy gets to be a hero. And this is one of my favorite things to do. When I go home and I put my son to sleep, I go on an adventure with him. And I guide him through this world of Eris Snowna, is what it's called. It happens in the same world as Trolls, by the way. He fights Trolls all the time. And he has this special axe now that he got from that orc. And he has it embedded in the axe, a green emerald gemstone, which makes it the most powerful axe in all the land. In addition to this, he has a ruby gemstone in his breastplate. What that does is gives him the power to hit an enemy with his axe, and when he does so, when he makes contact, he makes that enemy his friend. So that's what happens. So if he's able to hit an enemy with his axe, they become his friend and they become his ally. That's how he defeats them. So who wants to see a picture? Who wants to see a picture of Turbo? I had this idea in my mind that I would get a picture made of Turbo for him for his birthday so that he could look at it on the wall because it's his character. He created everything about Turbo. I asked him the questions and he said, he told me everything. He told me what he looked like. So, all right, guys, now that you've heard the story, you want to see what Turbo looks like? Because I'm going to show you. I'll show you what he looks like. All right, guys. Here it comes. I'm going to just do this. A good friend of mine, Andrew Burton, drew Turbo for me. I described him. All right, here he is. So this is Turbo. That's what Turbo looks like. And so the cool thing about this is that I colored it in Photoshop, and it's now on his wall. It's in a framed picture on his wall. It's like poster size, right? Small poster size. But I can give him this, and he can color it too. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now, see that little guy next to him? That goblin? Let me tell you about the goblin, because this is his little friend. On the second adventure that we went to, he saved this goblin. And I asked him, I said, what's the goblin's name? And he said, Greeny. Probably because he knows that goblins are green, and also because green is his favorite color. So it just worked. This goblin's name is Greeny. And there was an adventure that we went on where Greeny found this skeleton key. Now, this skeleton key can unlock every locked door and every locked chest. And he is able to use it whenever he wants. Now, it might sound like it's very, very powerful, but I make Morgan rely on his memory to remember that Greeny has the skeleton key, because I'm not going to give it to him. I got to make him think about it, because that's the whole idea. That's the whole purpose of me doing bedtime story with him this way, is for him to expand his mind and to be creative and use his imagination and to feel like a hero every night when he goes to bed. So if he can remember this on his own, then that's good, because he's using his own intellect for it. Jackal MJ, conflict of interest. You got to put your daughter to bed, but you don't want to miss a story. That is the biggest compliment ever. So this is what I'm going to do for you. let me know how long you'll be, and I'll continue my story after. Because this is good. I got to tell you about Greeny, and I don't want you to miss it. Because it means a lot to me. Unless it's going to be like a half hour, then it's impossible. If it's going to be like within 5 minutes, then I'll talk about something else until you come back. Unless you're gone already. You may have gone already because you left a comment and you're not commenting on the fact that, oh, no, there you go. Okay. So let's talk about something else in the meantime, and then we will. Oh, okay. I'll talk about the background stuff. I won't talk about Greeny because Greeny is important. Gauge Hunt, you are awesome. So this is what we're going to talk about. Let's take a look at the background, okay? I'll give you the background of Eris Nona a little bit. You know what? Why don't I do this? 1 second. It'll be no more than 5 minutes. Excellent. I'll wait for you. In the meantime, I'm going to tell people about trolls. So, this is trolls. Okay. It's out of focus. Where is it? There you go. Trolls is a children's book that I created a few years ago. And Morgan is right there. That is Morgan. That's Dana, my daughter. There's Deffy. I don't know if you could tell, but there's Deffy. Those stuffed animals are their stuffed animals that they have in real life. And this troll over here is a special troll that they meet in the book. Now, the unique thing about this book is that the characters look like us in real life. Like Morgan really looks like that. Dana really, and I really look like that. This is what we look like each other. It's important to me that we resembled ourselves in real life. The bodies and creatures and backgrounds were illustrated by Clayton Tate. And the faces were drawn by me. And I colored the book. And I wrote it. So it was a collaboration. It was fantastic. I love Clayton Tate, man. He's an awesome guy. Very talented. So the idea of this book was that it would incorporate wargaming elements to it because it's a book geared towards wargaming parents. Give an example. This is the first page of the book. What am I doing? I'm painting a Chaos Space Marine, and a bunch of paint pots fly because they come yelling in the room. I got my apple of corn there on the desk. And it's a lot of fun. This is back in the day when I didn't have long hair. There was this red blanket that I purchased one time. And we go under this red blanket and I pretend like we are transported into this other world. This other world is called Eris Nona. Why is it called Eris Nona? Because we went on a trip to Arizona, and that's how my daughter pronounced it, and it was just really cute, and the name stuck. That's the reason for the name of the place. And this is what we look like when we're under the blanket, obviously, right? Dave, you should do an audiobook version with all of your chaos glory. You know what? Before I continue with that, I'm gonna direct you to something here. I'm gonna put a link in this page, in the chat rather, right now. That is a link to the Mini Wargaming store. I actually sell this book on the store. Not only do I sell the book, but I sell the audiobook of this book. So, just so you guys are aware, this is actually for sale. But I'm not trying to sell the book right now. I just want to talk about it because it's fun. So buy it if you want. But so the story is, here, let me go back here. Okay, the story is of us. We are now in Eris Nona. And we see this troll bridge, see the hands on the troll, and the trolls underneath the bridge. They are there. And what do? We roll dice when we get there because we are wargamers. And what do we get? We get Jays. Jay looks at us. We get snake eyes. And something bad happens. I get grabbed by a troll. But what does Dana have? Dana has a friendship stone. And she gives it to this troll. And the troll becomes our friend. And the troll's name is Tommy. Because we have very special... I got a very special nephew, and they have a very special cousin who has Down syndrome. And he's a very special boy. And we love him, and his name is Tommy. And we wanted to give Tommy a nod in the book. And here we have other trolls that are trying to get us. And Tommy's now our friend. Look, see? Tommy's like, no, don't hurt them. And now they both become our friends. Duders is the name of this troll. And Duders is a very special contributor to this Kickstarter, or this Indiegogo campaign for the book. They opted to have their name in the book, so they paid for that. So very grateful for that. And here we go. Look. See? Everything's good. Let's see Morgan. Morgan likes to think, okay? Because Morgan's like, wait, Daddy, just don't celebrate yet because troll thieves took our stuffies. So now Buddy and Zoe Bear are missing. So we're running after them. And Dana trips. She hurts herself. And she needs a Band-Aid. So what do? We call for the Red Dragon to help us because the Red Dragon carries Band-Aids. But we have to be polite. You can't be bossy about this stuff. So we have to say please when we ask for a Band-Aid from the Red Dragon. And the Red Dragon's name is Banksy because that was also another contributor to the campaign who paid for their name. And then we say bye to Banksy because Banksy leaves. Now, we travel all the way. We continue tracking. So we use the thick terrain here to take cover. We passed our difficult terrain rolls. And we see the Ice Wizard in his ice castle in the distance. And for those of us who know Codex Dan, the Ice Wizard is Codex Dan. Played by him. It is his face, his likeness. I did not tell Dan I was going to do this. I just did it because he is my friend and I wanted to surprise him and I thought it was hilarious. Excuse me. And so we hide. We hide in the cave because we can't take on the Ice Wizard. He's pretty powerful, right? So what do? Well, we all know that when we paint our shoes red, we run faster. Right, orcs? Because that's what we do here. And Dana takes a potion of invisibility at the same time. So not only are we going to not be seen, but we're going to run faster. And so here's Dana, sneaking her way through the orcs, not seen, taking her stuffy back, and there's Morgan running circles around them. And then, but the potion starts to wear off, and so the Ice Wizard sees Dana, and he's like, wait, where do you think you're going? I gotta turn you to ice. But Tommy, since he's our loyal friend now, sacrifices himself for Dana, and he gets turned into a block of ice. Whoa. And you know what? Dana's not happy about that. So Dana puts him in his place, calls him a big bully, and tells him to unfreeze Tommy, because that's not very nice. And so he does. And then I roll for friendship, and I get boxcars. So that means now we're good friends with the Ice Wizard, and we are now allies, and he's now a good guy. And I invite him back home to have some chicken wings and have some apples and play games and paint some miniatures. And that is the book. And the question is that Dave? And the answer is yes, that is Dave. Because this book, if you just jumped onto the broadcast, This is Trolls. This is the kids' book that I made a few years ago. And get a load of this, okay? See this? See Deafy in the corner? I asked people, I said, can you play the Find or the Where's Deafy game? Because Deafy is actually on every single page of this book. He's just hidden. So you can play the Deafy game. I think it's a lot of fun. Actually kind of late. It's almost 2 o'clock. You guys are crazy, man. Do we make friendship rolls before or after deployment? Well, that's going to have to be before deployment, I must say. I know I recognize the beard. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's just over. We did. You want the book? Well, I did include a link in the chat to the link on the website where you can get the book. I'll provide it again. Just scroll down. It's right on the homepage. Yeah, you got to make those friendship rolls because you got to make friends. That's very important. Finally at work. Now I can watch MWG. This is all part of Zinch plans. It's about 9 a.m. here. You guys, see, that's right. You guys are that interesting. I'm catching you guys all at different times. So it's your 8 p.m. where you are, Jackal. Jackal MJ, you're back now. Are you back? If you're back, I'm gonna talk about Greeny again. I'm assuming you're back just because you left that comment. So yeah, let's talk about Greeny. Do you guys want to know the end of Greeny's story and why he's so awesome? I wonder how much of a delay there is on the broadcast. I wonder if it Captain Seth. I wonder if that is the same Seth. Okay, here we go. Okay, so going back to Turbo. Turbo takes place in the world of Eris Nona. You see the dragon back there? That is not Banksy. That's another dragon. Banksy looks slightly different. The 2 rock golems, those are fun. Those are a lot of fun. That castle there, that's the Ice Wizard's castle. Turbo exits the castle every night, and he goes on an adventure. A lot of times he goes down to the marketplace, and he talks to the merchant there. And the merchant gives him items, and he gives him quests. Excuse me. Now, going to Greeny. This little guy, bottom right-hand corner of the picture. Why is he so important? See, Greeny is kind of like an extension of my consciousness in the game, talking to Morgan and Turbo. So, if Turbo ever gets stuck in a situation, then Greeny talks to him and he gives him an idea. So because there's been situations where Morgan said, Daddy, I don't know what to say. Or Daddy, I don't know what to do. Which is fine because, heck, haven't we all felt that? All of us who've played role-playing games? So that's how he's doing. Now, Morgan's doing fantastic. Morgan's 6 years old. He plays this with me every night. And Greeny is in the game, and he helps him. So sometimes he says, all right, so Greeny says, maybe you should try this. And so Turbo tries it, and then it works. Because I help him out of situations. Because I can't just tell him in real life. I got to tell him in the game somehow. So Greeny is the extension of my consciousness in the game. Greeny's so small that he can fit on his shoulder, and he fits on his shoulder every night. Now, let's talk about the magic system in this game, because magic system is fun. Magic is in the form of powder. There's a powder dust that he keeps in a little pouch. And when he remembers, whenever he hits something and it does no effect, he knows that it's magical. Because one time, see those rock golems in the back there? He hit one of the rock golems. Now, because he can destroy anything, really, with his axe, because it's the most powerful axe in all the land, right? He hit the rock golem's leg, and it didn't do anything. So I told him, I said, well, this is a situation where it's the first time that it happened, and he didn't know what was going on. So as Greeny, I said, okay, Greeny. Greeny says this to Turbo. Try putting some of the magical powder, the magical dust on the rock golem. And so he takes it out, and he puts it on him, and then he hits his leg, and then it shatters into a million pieces. And then it made him realize that if things can't be hurt physically, then they're magical. And I told him that because the first time he said, what does physically mean? And I said, that was actually kind of a hard question to answer, because if you think about it, how do you describe physically? Physically is anything that you can pick up and hold and touch. So a rock is physical, a tree is physical. So that's the easiest way that I could describe it, and the most non-scientific way where he could understand it with his 6-year-old mind. And so that's what it was. Excuse me. So after that, every single time now, when he attacks an enemy and he can't hurt it right away, he knows to put the magical dust on it. Because once he puts the magic dust on it, that takes away the magic, and he's able to hit it with his axe. Now, rock golems are different than other enemies, because rock golems are they're kind of lifeless, so they're like run by pure magic. So once they're destroyed, they just go back to rock. Whereas when you hit a living enemy, you make it your friend, because that's what Turbo's mission is to make friends with people. He doesn't want to hurt people. He doesn't want to actually do things. And we're talking about playing a role-playing game with a 6-year-old. You're not going to go around with an axe and chop people's heads off. That's just not the right image you want to put in. Well, that is not the right image I want to put in my son's mind before he goes to bed. But him hitting an enemy and that enemy becoming his friend, that's an okay image to put in his mind. That is my personal opinion. Okay. Let's answer some questions here. Bedtime story made RPG. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I think turning Turbo and Greeny into a full-fledged children's book series like the Trolls book would be quite enjoyable for parents to read to their children. Thank you. With game rules. Your kid isn't going to become a champion of Khorne? Well, see, that's different because we're talking about when he's older. But right now, he's kind of like a Nurgling, I would say. How long do you play this game with him? It varies from night to night. It could be anywhere from as quick as 5 minutes to 15 minutes. So the amount of time it would take to read a bedtime story, really, is how long it is. You are totes welcome, Dave. Dave, if I had kids, I'd totally buy your books. My son is paying attention to you, Dave. Hi, Gage Hunt's son. You are a good person, and your daddy is awesome. Sound amazing. Agree with Jesse. Turbo. Fighter of the Golem Man. Master of karate and friendship for everyone. Slenderman. That's a very good tagline. Boom. Nurgle FTW. I am starting to teach thousands of... Have you ever considered making and realizing an RPGing game for young kids? I have considered that, actually. I have considered that very much. I'm just... there's a lot of projects on the go. It's something that I would really love to do because I tell you, man, like, I love this. I love playing this game with my son. It is one of the best feelings in the world, is playing this fun, imaginative game with my son where he gets to think and problem solve and become a hero every single night of his life. Before he goes to bed knowing that he saved someone, or he found something cool, or he defended the castle, or something like that. That's why it's the best feeling in the world for me to do this. Thank you, Dave. Haha. He's been watching you guys since he was born 7 months ago. And that is a very good compliment. And thank you very much. Teach parents how to play with their kids. So many don't nowadays. Yeah, it's an idea that certainly can be done, and that I have thought of. Just trying to think of how to do it. Here, let's put this over here. No, it's got to go here. It's got to go on the other side because the mic's there. So, wonder how it can be done. Maybe we can get your guys' suggestions. Because how do you create a game? Here's the thing, right? Like the whole idea and the whole purpose of this is to encourage wargaming parents to play an imaginative, interactive game with their kids in place of a bedtime story. And so it takes work, because sometimes I'm tired, and it's actually kind of funny because a lot of times it's I'm laying down there beside him, and I'm kind of talking to him and guiding him through his adventure, right? And sometimes I get really tired, and there's been many times when I've fallen asleep, and so I tell him something, say, oh, okay, Turbo left the castle, and he passed the 2 guards in the front, and then he finds a chest on the pathway. And then I stop talking for like 10 seconds, and then Morgan's like, Daddy, can Turbo open the chest? And then I'm like, yeah. And then Turbo tries to open the chest, but the chest is locked. And then another 10 seconds goes by because I've fallen asleep again. And he's like, Daddy, Greeny used a skeleton key to open it? And then I'm like, yeah. Greeny opens it with his skeleton key, and it opens up. Daddy, what's inside? And all of this because I'm falling asleep. Because sometimes it's hard because I'm so tired, right? But I still do it with him. That's rare though. Mostly it's fine. But on certain nights when I'm super tired, that happens. Let's see. Did you have any conversation? Conversion models as your kids. I did a Grey Knight Grandmaster as my son. I have never done that, but it's a very good idea. Where is Defi? A book series where decisions have an effect on where the story goes. Like a kind of choose your own adventure book, right? Let's see. Epic Buffalo God. Hey, everyone. New here to the stream and just wanted to see how everyone's doing. Everyone's doing fantastic. At what age did or do you get your kids into 40K? Well, that's a very good question because I've never done it yet. That's not true. I have played a very simplistic version of 40K with my kids. And the simplistic version was basically roll to hit them. And if you get 3 or higher, you take out your enemy. That's the most simplest thing. But it was moving miniatures around, and it was rolling dice against miniatures. You can add more to that as they get older, I suppose. I work at an aquarium, and watching a kid understand something or experience something for the first time, it's hard not to be envious at the elation in their expression. Good on you. Thank you, Paladonus. Like 20 questions, except using objects around the house that are like cue cards for your kid and yourself. Scaredy dot. Howdy. Do you think Morgan dreams of Turbo? I actually think he does dream of Turbo. He must, because he goes to bed every night thinking about it right before he goes to bed. And you know what? Here's the best part about it. Let me tell you this, okay? I failed to mention the best part. We go on our adventure from 5 to 10, 15 minutes sometimes, okay? And then at the end of every adventure, I say, no matter where it is, no matter who he's talking to or interacting with, the other character says, oh, well, it is getting dark, so you best be getting back to the castle. And every time he says, okay. And then he goes back to the castle and he passes the 2 guards in the front. He goes up to his room and he takes off his armor. He lies down in his bed. He rests his head on his pillow. He closes his eyes and he goes to sleep. And every time I say that, like clockwork, without fail, Morgan starts to yawn. And he starts to fall asleep. It's like a switch. It is amazing. I can't even believe how powerful that is. He is so closely connected to his character in this fantasy realm of Eris Nona that whatever the character does, he does. Amazing. So cool. And there about 4 times I've actually had an adventure at the table with him and his sister, Dana. Dana has a character too. Dana's character's name is Zumi. Dana created her own character. Dana, who plays my daughter in the Rangers Bloodstone. Same girl. She plays Turbo with us sometimes. She's played 4 times. Because my wife, the goddess of Slanesh, my wife, puts her to bed. And I put Morgan to bed. So that's just the routine that we have. And so I play Turbo with her sometimes because we play on the tabletop. And when we do, we actually use paper and pencils and dice. And so the paper is used for them drawing the adventure as we go through it. So they draw what happens. And the 1 die cube, the 1 dice that we use is for very special things. So if there's something that they're about to do, they need to roll for it. And you should see how Morgan reacts to this, man. It is really... It is pretty amazing what happens because Morgan is so closely connected to his character and it is so real in his mind that he gets so invested into what happens. And so at first it was a 3-up for everything, okay? So, one adventure they were fighting this rock golem. And the rock golem picked up this big rock and he throws it right at Turbo. And I gave him the dice and I said, okay, Morgan, roll 3+. If you roll 3+, then you evade the rock. If you roll less, then the rock hits you. And so he rolled the dice. And one time he rolled a 1. And he just just freaking out because it was so real to him that he didn't want it to hit him, but it did. So I hit him right in the chest, and he landed on his back. And oh man, that reaction! See, it's that reaction that you can't pay for. That is just the best reaction in the world, and I love it. I love how it's so real to him. And so he kept on saying, Daddy, can you make it on a 2+? See, that was fun. That was awesome how he did that. Because even he understood the importance and the difference of wanting to make a roll better. At 6 years old, understood how important it is to like that. The difference between a power armor save and a Terminator save. He understood. So, okay. You are directly opposing what future species will find when they find humanity. Fat people, skeletons with smart belts, and auto-adjust from overeating, and robots that work out for us. Next thing you know, Dave, you'll be asking for a 2+ rerollable. Well, it's funny you should mention the rerollable because Zumi, on one adventure, she found the special gemstone that allows her 1 single reroll in an adventure. I figured I'd throw that in there just because, they really like the rerolls because they freak out when they roll a 1. It's like the eye of J staring them in the face. It's just, the reaction is so good, and I love it. It is just so good. I LARP some buddies, and my nephew, who's 9, he just got his first axe, so he can come out with his orc uncle next time. ARPing can help unlock the creative side. Keep it up, Dave. Thank you, James Clemens. You too. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hey, Dave, any advice on someone starting Skaven in Warhammer Fantasy? The advice is ask someone else, because I don't play fantasy, unfortunately. So I'm sorry. Even kids know rerolls are good. Yes, absolutely, they do. They do. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say goodnight because I've been on for almost 2 hours. Excuse me. I apologize, guys. Thank you for joining me for this long, for sitting in on this. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. One last thing. How do you get abs? Nope. 10 answers in my mind. I can't say it. Story of Kids, an amazing bedtime story. Thank you, Scaredy Dot. So before I go, I'm going to give you one last thing here. One last thing. I strongly encourage you to look at this. Okay, I'm going to post a link. I'm actually going to, I'm going to post a link here in the chat. Okay, Mini Wargaming. You see Mini Wargaming there. The Die Cube, that's me. I just posted a link. That's a link to the Kickstarter page for the game. The game is Legacy of the Rangers. That is the new board game that we are making. Mini Wargaming is making a board game. That is the board game. It's based on the Rangers Bloodstone feature film that we are making in post-production. We're going to film some additional scenes. It has been funded on Kickstarter. That's what we're doing. We're making a game based off of the game. Based off the movie, rather. All the characters you get in the movie are going to be in the game, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can get both. You can get the Blu-ray of the movie, and you can get the game. You save on shipping if you get both. So I encourage you to do that. There's the link again. Look at that Die Cube in the chat. So if you want to click on the name, if you want to click on that link and look at the Kickstarter, just look at it. If you haven't heard of it, if you haven't heard of what we're doing right now, we're running a Kickstarter for the Rangers Bloodstone. It's a feature-length movie that I have written, directed, and I act in. There are 18 actors in it. There are 62 extras in it. We had sets built. Awesome cinematographer that did the movie shots in the movie. We had a jib. We had a drone copter camera. We were on a private location in the country so that we had full control over the scenes. We did our own stunts. We had a fight choreographer. It was amazingly awesome. We got bruised. Some people fractured some ribs. It was amazing. That same person is the cinematographer, which probably explains why he's behind the camera most of the time. And that's really what it's all about. And I encourage you to take a look at this Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is on Kickstarter.com. If you search for The Rangers Bloodstone, then you will find it. There's about 6 days left on the campaign. So if you want to pledge to get your board game, or if you want to pledge to get the movie, or if you want to pledge to get the board game and the movie, then I encourage you to do so, because it's a winning project, man. We've got this funded already. Board game has been unlocked, so now it's available as part of the Kickstarter. So it will retail after for $45. Right now, if you get a pledge, which is $50 or more, then you save 20% on the game. You can get the game for $40. You just add it to your existing pledge, and you save on the shipping if you get the Blu-ray and the game together. So that's the end. That's what I will say. Thank you for joining me, guys. And I will do this again. I will do the live. You know what? Hold on. Wait. Wow. You just said Berserker Rage. Thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry for those who have dropped off, but I do need to give this away. I do need to give away these 5 Berserkers. Okay? So I'm going to stay on for another minute. I'm going to give away these Berserkers now. Let's see. What can we do? I am going to... Let's see. How can I reward this? There's no way to randomly do it. I have to just choose one. I got to choose. You just got to be a lucky winner here, because you guys just have to... Okay, first off, who collects chaos? And if you collect chaos, who collects Khorne? Say anything Khorne, anything chaos, anything that you feel like you're going to be collecting stuff. And wow, talk about the comments coming up now. It's crazy. Leave a comment suggesting to me that you collect chaos. If you say that you collect Tau, Lewisington, you will not get these models. But if you say that you collect chaos, more specifically, if you say that you collect Khorne, then your chances of winning will be better. Will be much better. Okay, you know what? What can we do here? Is this a good way of doing this?
Six-star whey protein.
You know what? I think I figured out a way how to do it. Yeah, I think I figured out how to do it. Did I like skip out there for a second? I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to simply write, I'm going to open up one of these questions here. And I'm going to tell you who the winner is. Okay. So the winner is AshDragon89. Why? Because you happen to be the one that I clicked on when I clicked on the chat. So AshDragon89, you are the winner. So I'm going to send you these 5 Khorne Berserkers. They are assembled but unpainted. Congratulations, AshDragon89. I appreciate everything that you've done and left in this live broadcast. I'm going to take off this picture so that you can see more. That's what I do. And let's see, AshDragon. I'm going to send you a thing. I'm going to send you a message here. Yeah. Luck of the draw. That's really what it is. So it's really this kind of the same as me like putting my hand in a hat, picking out a name. It's really, really what it is. Okay. So that's what it is. So AshDragon, message me on Mini Wargaming YouTube. Send me a message, okay? And send me your address. And then I'll ship these Berserkers to you. And I'll know it's you because I'll see your name, AshDragon89. So that's a foolproof way of doing that. Do people run 5 Berserkers? No, I've never seen it. But I had 5 extra Berserkers sitting around, so I just felt like giving them away. Okay. Did you message me, AshDragon? I want to make sure this worked first, okay? Because if AshDragon does not respond, then I'm going to have to do it again. But I think it did it. Okay, gotta make sure this is right. Okay, Ash Dragon, you need to message me. We're still live here, so you gotta message me here so that I know. Okay. Well, I think that's it then. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I'm going to leave. It's actually very hard for me to leave, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard to leave you guys because I'm kind of addicted to this. And that's why I really love to do it. And I'm going to be doing more of this. I'm going to set a schedule, though. I got to figure out the best time to do it because it could be like late at night like this, like 9 p.m. Or it could be like in the afternoon. Afternoon apparently is the highest, like chat is the highest traffic time. So I might do it at like 3 p.m. depending on where. Like, that seems to be the best overall general time. So, but nighttime is fun because it's like, it feels like it's more intimate. So anyway, thank you again. I'm going to stop the broadcast and I shall see you soon. So thank you very much, everyone.